Let me know when you're good to go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with our first semifinals. It is not Snoop's Disciple. It is still saying that from the previous spectator. This is actually going to be Team Seal Squad, I believe, versus Paterno Esports, which is an awesome name, I have to say. Bands coming out for both teams. Al Kwong and Bologna going to quickly get out of the picture.
Quickly taken out of the picture already. A lot of these people at this level of play are incredibly proficient when it comes to Bologna and Ao Kwong, and Ao Kwong definitely sets up a very, very short limitation on your boxing matches with him, so better safe than sorry, completely take him out of the picture, and then ban out Geb just for safe measures.
Gibbs just one of the best supports endgame. If it's a 30-minute game, 35-minute game where he gets 6 slotted items, that shield is just, and he is just so tanky with his passive. It's unbelievable. Like I said, he just becomes a real nuisance. So just taking out that Geb is just so helpful because they might look to go with an Athena or a Ymir, and they don't want to be worried about the cleanse.
And Geb just shuts down so much pressure, but there's one god still on the table we completely forgot about, and that god is Capri. Somebody you don't want to let through consistently, and there we go, locked in immediately.
Yeah, Kepri just has to be used correctly. It's kind of tough sometimes. I was playing with a Kepri the other day and just a little bit of a joust match, and I saw Hercules throw a boulder, and I had a Kepri ult, and I was like, I'm running toward the boulder. I want to get hit by this because I want to die and come back alive. So, I mean, Kepri ult is so powerful, honestly, when it comes to what he can do in team fights, just turning it around. But Sun Wukong going to be, I mean, I think this is still incredible to see a solo laner picked up this early, but it won't be, it looks like, as... Oh, no, it still will be. Okay, they're going to go with Athena and Sun Wukong locked in, but Athena being hovered over.
Athena could be locked in here as well. Just brings too much to the table. She's far too flexible, and even though she's still a very top-tier pick, you can't afford to let her go, even if the enemy does pick up a support, because she's still a potent jungler, and my god, does she hurt if you let her hurt in the jungle.
I mean, they have the just good synergy in general. Like, I mean, you can have a Athena ult Sun Wukong who's going to go Tiger Stance and just going to go catch up to somebody, or even in bird form. You could really do some damage with both of those abilities combined together. So good synergy between those two, which is, I like Paterno picking that up. I like seeing teams' compositions kind of start the picture out even with the first 2 picks as Freya and Isis. And, well, Freya's hard to play, let's be honest. We saw what she did last game. Fear just kind of ripping through several people at one time with the pulse. And Isis, just strong mid lane control overall. Doesn't really lose a lot of matchups typically, and it just... Circle of Protection is great on objectives.
You have to be very, very proficient in understanding where the team fights will go, though, because Circle Protection is a very key part of her team fighting potential here. And if you misuse Circle Protection in these fights, it's going to hurt your team more than it's going to help. Because even though Wind Gust and Spirit Ball combos will hurt pretty consistently, her big team fight utility is going to be that Circle Protection damage and healing, as well as the damage reduction of it. So all in all, it's going to come down to how well Repap can position these. But Seal Squad do have very proficient players across the board. As Agni locked in for Paterno Esports right there, going to be a fairly solid mid laner and one of the staples of the lane since the beginning of the game, in all honesty, since he came out.
Yeah, Agni is too good. I mean, it supposedly has a little bit of an advantage over the Isis pick typically because you can bomb out, you can stun bomb the Wind Gust out there, so you can kind of slow down the clear a little bit from Isis. We don't really see that used. Every now and then you'll see a wave stunned out, but Isis can still clear the wave relatively easily and relatively safely, so not too much to worry about there as Agni Dash is just the best in the game. Just go, I'm out, and quickly as Hippo being hovered over. Ooh, this will be interesting. Alright, there we go.
A little disappointed they're not going to lock in Hebo, but understanding that Hebo has a place, but it's definitely not here, in
Ebo
my
Jungle.
opinion.
Ebo Jungle, come on
I
now.
want to see it. I want to see it, but it's not happening. As Wubbin locks in Apollo, likely going over to Famous Hate here, and that is a god that we get to see quite a bit of. Brings plenty of split push potential, can get to fights very, very easily, and still brings some pretty high damage to the table with that passive steroid. So, no surprise to see Wubbin lock in that Apollo for his team, although Hebo would have made everybody here happy.
Definitely would have made everyone happy. Chad is spamming for some Zeus, but sadly that's not going to happen.
I would love to see some Zeus here. I mean,
Zeus
I
is always
hate
fun,
it, but I'd love it at the same time.
So Fenrir probably going to be for. I mean, this could go jungle. It depends on obviously what they're picking. Okay, then now we know. So Humbot's jungle tier going to be in the solo lane right here. Paterno Esports has the last pick for counter here, and they're still really just looking for a jungler, and they have their choice.
They need something that can deal with the heavy engage of Seal Squad right here. Seal Squad has a tier for those blink engage with that Fearless if he wants to go for it. And if he doesn't want to, he's still got his Judgment. He's still got his Judgment if he wants to go for it. He can pop in, use the Fearless, and not really care too much. He's a very tanky target to take down. I'd actually like to see a Nemesis in this one, possibly to shred through these tanks. But even they still got to deal with the fact that Hoonbots brings great engage from his leap, his teleport on his Monkey Ball, and then he's got the Fear No Evil for his ultimate. And you've got Khepri as, well, an unkillable peel god at times. So they have a lot to look out for on the side of Paterno Esports. But Thanatos being covered on, I don't know how I feel about this one.
I don't know, yeah. I'm feeling the same way you are, and the only reason why I'm a little skeptical of this Thanatos is because of Khepri on the other team. And if Thanatos goes up in the air, knowing that an Execute's coming out and Khepri has his ult held, what's he going to do? Are you really, I mean, you're going to crash back down on the character and you're just going to heal him back up and bring him to Khepri? Or you just wasted your ult /stun /initiation? It's a very dangerous pick for that Thanatos jungle and has to be used really, it's going to have to be used smart. It's going to have to be used really well.
Adjust is a very, very aggressive jungler. I mean, he made a name for himself way back in a couple of Challengers Cup teams. As a jungler who was able to get into these fights, he played incredibly aggressive with most of his gods, and he plays a lot of early game gods from time to time, so it makes sense to see him go for a Thanatos here. Thanatos is still very potent and can scale up with certain builds. However, he still falls off later on, and he's going to be very, very engage focused the later the game goes. So I think they're using the ultimate more for as an engagement tool rather than the execution tool, and try to just get as much as they can out of the super early game pickoffs from Thanatos. But even like you said, that Khepri makes me a little nervous about Thanatos here.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing about it. But we'll find out in about we have 150 seconds till the countdown goes away. So we're going to go to the pause screen, ladies and gentlemen, and we will bring you this game as soon as it lets us in. So we'll be right back with the semifinals. Again, this is Seal Squad versus Paterno Esports.
And we are live with Game 2 of the night featuring Seal Squad facing down Paterno Esports right now. On the top side, we've got Seal Squad bringing up McSherbert in the jungle. Ice Smalls playing that ADC Freya. Repap bringing out the mid lane with Isis. Sneaky support. Capri in charge. Charging down the solo lane with Tyr.
Over here on Paterno Esports, we've got some SPL level players over here. We got Wubbin on the Sun Wukong solo, Adjust on that heavy early game Thanatos. And then we got Xenotronics playing Agni mid, Main Athena support, and Famous Hate will be playing his Apollo.
These are some stacked teams in the semifinal right here. No surprise to see the seeding upset happen in the previous games, just based on the quality of players here.
Oh, absolutely right here. This should be really interesting. Thanatos choosing, he's got his red pot ready to go in inventory. He's kind of hanging out there. Tyr looking like he did the same thing. He decided to go with a red pot bluestone, so he's got 3 health, 2 multi-pots available. He's going to be able to get the blue buff. So seeing some red pots, which has been really popular lately. Just hopefully there's no mistakes made in solo lane like Cyclone decided to jump into Omega earlier today.
Well, now
that was the best.
That was pretty incredible. But in the now, we've got teams starting out. We have another mid-camp start coming out from Seal Squad right here. So we're going to see this one go out in favor of the ADC and support right here, actually. And they're going to clear this one up quite nicely and have a nice little lead to open things up in the lane. And they should make it to speed buff in time to not miss the wave. Meanwhile, mid laners just now getting set up in their lanes. Junglers should be late to the party, but arriving on time.
Yeah, Xeno able to get his dash off. That's really important, especially early on against that Isis. You don't want her hitting level 2 and then be able to use a Spirit Ball combination. And so he'll hit level 2 safe and sound. Adjust is going to be here on these right-hand mid-harpies. Looks like McSherbert might want to try to... No, he's going to decide otherwise and try to help clear the wave real fast and give up right harpies.
It's going to be like a 2-2 split for both teams, so honestly, no point in really trying to risk too much over this. Paterno Esports have picked up a little bit of a farm lead at this point, but at this point in the game, it's not really too much. As Adjust going to open things up for a quick fight on the Repap right there. A quick blink in from Repap, and there we go. This could be bad. Adjust caught up with a Spirit Ball. He's getting incredibly low, and boom! One shot from the back with a quick hit, and McSherbert will secure the kill as Adjust first to fall, and not what you want to be on Thanatos.
Especially with that red pot right there, and then Charge over here in the right-hand lane to the solo side of things, doing things as well. He went red pot, and Wubbin not respecting the damage. Maybe didn't realize he went red pot or not, and just hanging out there too long. What happened there in Thanatos in mid lane, I don't know if the stream saw it or not, was Thanatos missed Death Scythe, and that was huge. As soon as Death Scythe was missed, the go was called. It was like, go on Thanatos. Like, he has nothing anymore, and for Thanatos to lose red pot that early is just huge for him. I mean, that's a huge advantage for the boys in blue.
And especially, he missed the Death Scythe, so it was a chunk of health out of him, and a major damage cooldown lost for Thanatos early on in the game, and you honestly can't afford to miss those, especially at such a close range where you're in a dangerous position versus somebody like Repap on Isis, who, if you mess up once, one stun ball is all it takes with how squishy Thanatos can be.
Yeah, definitely going to be like that. Right now, I like this Kepri Freya lane. Kepri has a really good clear, and Freya is able to kind of keep it up. It's not getting pushed in like normally Freya's happen. Typically if Freya has a Guardian that doesn't have a good clear, she's kind of getting pushed under tower, but right now this is a stalemate duo lane as the action kind of going back to mid. Thanatos trying to catch up. Agni is level 5, so Xena will have some bomb control coming up here. He hits that Death Scythe right there, so that's going to be a little chunk. Bomb's coming in, there's the stun, and Xeno trying to put some poke out, but the silence will occur, and here comes the Fear No Evil comboed with the Isis ultimate. Circle Protection not going to be enough damage. Xeno is one shot. Can they get him?
Maybe it's close. There we go. McSherbert will secure the shot right there. Now Ad just comes from the backside. Double silence. Now trying to line this one up. Will look to finish off that damage there. McSherbert, last man standing. He could go for the double right here if he finds one little Death Scythe. That's all he needs. A quick chase going through as now one shot goes airborne. Will try to land and he secures it. McSherbert is down and a double for Adjust right there.
Yeah, big turnaround. Adjust able to go ahead and pick up 2 kills on that turnaround right there. Xeno did a great job, though, able to dash away, really avoided a lot of damage from 2 ultimates. That Fear No Evil kind of threw him into the wall, and the circle protection was slightly off-centered on him, so he was actually able to get away pretty easily, but Adjust going to be pulled. Ooh, not in time was that Spirit Ball, and Adjust probably escaping with his life right there.
It looks like he should be making his way out of dodge just in time, right over to the mid camps. And this should go over in favor of Paterno Esports right here. Sneaky going to try to pull off the play right here. Spirit Ball will land on main. Sneaky sitting in the middle of a storm right there. Silence to just completely dissuade all engagements. And backing off is everybody in this fight. Gold now trending in nobody's favor, except Steel Squad does have a very, very slight advantage in the form of 500 gold lead.
Yeah, small advantage. That's going to come from the first blood, obviously, that they got, and that's going to be really the biggest difference there. Right now, the solo lane, I mean, again, giving up that first kill nowadays isn't that big of a deal. Up about 400 gold. Actually, it's caught up now because he went back for that wave, so he did lose a wave. But mid-camp fight here, the bombs are coming down. Hoonbots is there. Fear No Evil's good. B's out by Xenotronics. He's going to not be in any trouble. Looks like Onham wanted the ult out, but now Adjust is the one in trouble, and Death Scythe will heal, but not enough as Tyr came over to the fight.
Tyr joined the party suited up now. Wubbin doing his best to escape out of that tiger form, but well, he's trapped in the middle of a storm of death right there. Trying to slip out the backside as Xeno duels with McSherber in the back of this fight. But so far, so good. Nobody down yet.
Wubbin got a double with the cudgel!
Double kill right there!
Oh my gosh!
There's both kills right there. Now Wubbin on the run from the police, but I don't think they can catch him right there. Wubbin just got away with double murder right there.
What a play. Wubbin quickly into his ultimate, gets out of the CC chain that was going to happen to him, leaps directly over the wall, hits a cudgel that I thought only got Hoonbots, but the Bluestone passive and cudgel, just too good right there. Able to pick up 2, and, well, now he's 2-1 and sitting pretty right now, and he's back to even with the other solo laner.
Yeah, back to even, especially after play like that. That is, I mean, look, it's just a simple kill secure, but lined up perfectly. That's not something you'd see every day, just such a perfect lineup right there being taken advantage of. And I gotta say, good job right there, Wubbin. That is not something we'll see often.
Oh, definitely not at all. Looks like this time around, blue buffs will be taken on both sides. Wubbin's already back into the lane with shielded teleport level 3, and he's got a buttload of archers over here on this side. Thanatos wants to engage, and this Tiger Stun is going to miss. Bring around a Rosie style. Fear No Evil is up and available. It's going to be used. Right now, Adjust in trouble. He's not going to make it out in time as Charge was able to heal up off his power cleave, and he'll be just fine. So Adjust going down one more time. 2 and 3 is this early game Thanatos.
And that is a painful spot to be in. He's been making some plays across the map, but he's been giving up quite a bit every time he tries to make them. And every time he messes up one of these plays, it does tend to go very, very sour for him as now Charge trying to find the fight here onto Wubbin. Wubbin could meet his death here, but Charge very low on mana, so I think this should be safe as Wubbin does get the bird out just in time. Also, it's going to be Charge trying to secure plenty off the back, but meanwhile, McSherbert will get into a fight with Xena. However, it shouldn't end up going either way as Omain there to intervene.
Yeah, nothing going on over there. Let's take a look at the duo lane side of things. We haven't been over here in a while. Sorry, Famous 8, and sorry, Smalls, but hasn't been much going on this side as Freya's clearing it up. And as soon as I say let's take a look at the left, just comes in and just says, hey, Charge, I'm killing you. And just ulted over there as Thanatos' ult is down. Knowing that they had no mana, you called it out before. It looks like Charge was just kind of staying too long.
It overstayed his welcome. It's very, very unfortunate, but, well, now Wubbin is going to be quite happy, and we'll get some extra farm on the table now, and you really can't afford to play like this or around these kinds of solo laners right here. Wubbin is still 300 gold behind, but now that he's got free farm available to him, he's going to just get back nice up and dandy as Adjust finds a play right here, goes to the death side, Athena crashes in, his repap going to fall almost immediately in that fight, just in time for mid-cans too. Paterno Esports set up the play right in time for the objective.
Yeah, absolutely right there. They sat there, just got Blink Thanatos in there, and Athena came crashing down as that was just a... That was a good blink by Thanatos. I didn't expect the Blink Thanatos to happen as Athena was ulting on top of him, and the damage was just too much. Athena's going to look for a taunt, misses it right there. Bomb's coming down, and this might be down for... Oh, avoids the bomb, sneaky in trouble, and Death Scythe absorbed by McSherbert.
Yeah, that could have been very, very sour there, but McSherbert in position to help his team out. Adjust still on the hunt here, and he could find a McSherbert. McSherbert went the wrong way, no leap. This could be bad, silenced out, and one Death Scythe, one kill right there. Adjust picks up his killing spree, now sitting at 5-3-0, and how quickly the tables turn.
Adjust is in air.
Rampaging, and he wants more. He's airborne, and Small smells this one out. He's going to be caught out. He's going to be burned down. One more shot, another kill for Adjust as he picks up his 6th kill of the game, and he doesn't seem to show any signs of slowing down.
No, not at all. Just showing what he can do on the Thanatos. I mean, he had that early first blood death right there, but coming back strong. And all pro players will tell you audio cues are huge, and that silence was absolutely insane. As there's another fight in mid lane right here. Sneaky going to be in trouble. The Khepri ult's going to be used on Isis. Can't attack her right now. Waiting for it to go down. It's down. Can he hit the Death Scythe? Xeno gets it with the tick damage, and now Adjust will go down to McSherbert's ultimate right there. And Xeno's on the wrong side of the tower, and he's trying to run around.
Yeah, he's still got Path to Flames available in a few seconds, so he should be good to escape from this one. No real danger for Xeno right here, and that'll be an escape to Xeno. Unfortunately, Sneaky was taken incredibly low in that, so he's just going to back off, farm up some creeps, and get some extra levels down there right there. He's falling a bit behind, but Smalls will do what he can. Make sure, but might find a good catch into Xeno right there, but Xeno will turn it around on its head, put a Noxious Fumes right under his feet, and stun him out with the Meteor. But well, Smalls just showing back up with the slow gumballs right there. Famous Hate taking so much burst right there. One more shot. McSherbert tosses the Super Monkey Ball and picks up a kill.
The beads.
Bounces in onto Wubbin right there and picks up a kill. But those beads just saved lives right here. And Seal Squad showing they're nowhere near done either.
17 kills in less than 10 minutes. This game has been nothing but a bloodbath right now, and what I was saying earlier was audio cues that Thanatos silenced out the Hoombots Fear No Evil earlier because you heard the Hoombots yell, and as soon as that happened, the silence came out and was death, and now Smalls might have bit off too much from Shikachu. Beads out is the Freya, and well, she was trying to steal the blue or purple buff, I should say, and they were not having any of that, so Beads forced out. Beads won on the Freya. That's going to be their big target if they can go ahead and land it. Beads down on everybody on the side of Seal Squad for at least the next 40 seconds.
There is a massive amount of crowd control in this game right there, so it's no surprise that beads are just coming up and then immediately going back down on the side of this. We've seen it. This is a bloodbath, like you said already, and these teams just love to slaughter each other, it seems. There's always a fight happening, always some kind of skirmish somewhere, and I mean, we kind of predicted this. These teams are full of very quality players, so it's no surprise they want to show off and fight each other.
Yeah, it's, sometimes you get two quality teams, you end up like Eager AFK, where it's kind of slow down and minimal games and really good team fights. Other times, all the teams are like, hey, you want to kill me, I'll kill two of you. You want to kill two of us, we'll kill three of you. And it's just going to go back and forth, and this seems like one of those games.
Yeah, you either see a complete bloodbath where teams show off mechanics, or you see those crazy rotational games where it's just team fight after team fight in the right place, right time. But this one, I don't know, it's going to be a little bit of both here. It seems like Paterno going to try to sneak in this Gold Fury. Seal Squad knows it's happening, but they don't quite have the positioning they need. But soon enough, they will. Try to pull in the fight here. A two-man taunt catching onto Ice Malls and French, but he blinks into the back.
The Capriel!
Gonna find it. The ultimate will save the life of Ice Malls right there, as now Famous Hate so low. He needs to back out. Airborne goes Ice Malls, but he's firing in gumballs from above. Not going to do too much. They're grouped up though right in the choke point. That'll be so much AoE going down in favor of Paterno Esports right there, and they've scattered the rest of Seal Squad, but Seal Squad taking names as well. That'll be Famous Hate already down. They're trying to chase down Adjust as best they can, and McSherbert pick up the kill in favor of his team right there. Oh man, going toe-to-toe with Repap as Xeno sticking around as best he can. Charges on by with the Fearless, not quite finding his kill, but Repap will get a great silence until Oh man simply blinks on him with a quick charge and takes out his kill. That'll be a 3 for 2 in favor of Paterno Esports in a close fight. It's barely going in favor of Paterno.
I don't even know what happened there. Like, a lot happened. I mean, I know what happened, but a lot. That's what I say. I don't know what happened. Is like, wow, that was just an incredible fight right there. Just, again, they went on the target that had no beads, the Freya. I called out that they were probably going to try to eliminate that. The Kepri ult was so perfect right there that it just ended up bringing her back to life. Half HP. Freya goes into Valkyrie Discretion, starts putting out the damage. What I want to say is Famous Hates... the ability for him just to go, you know what, I'm going back into this fight and to land on top of that Freya again and do so much burst damage in that little corner was huge in there. And then, again, the control just came out. The taunts were really good by Omain. He was right there on top of everything.
They did such a good job of controlling the fight, and I think the reason that just pushed Paterno Esports over the top to win that fight, just barely, was the fact that they corralled Seal Squad into that tiny little choke point in the jungle right there, and just abused that AoE, and that Apollo ultimate had to be one of the key turning points of that fight. But now we see another catch here as Ice Maul is getting caught up by an Athena taunt. Pat the Flames on in, forced to go right into the Aegis, will go airborne with Valkyrie's Discretion. We will see Sneaky joining the party as well. Repap drops his circle protection as that zoning tool. Smalls gonna heal up, but Adjust going back over the top with his ultimate as well. We're gonna see McSherbert join the party. Fear No Evil drop to split the teams. Adjust on the run, but the meteors are real as Xeno will finish off Ice Malls. Another taunt to lock Repap down as best he can, right inside the meteor storm of Xenotronics. Charge goes over the top, does miss his target, but a great catch there from Spirit Ball. Repap so low and ticking on as best he can, and Charge will finish off Xeno.
The Kepri ult again!
An ultimate from Kepri will save that life. Is Sneaky so low, but Famous Hate flies on in with the kill. Now we're down to one. Charge, last man standing, and the 4-man
the 3-man Fearless!
A Fearless this will keep this team alive as Charge, doing what he can to go 1 versus 4. Can you pull it off, Charge? I don't think so, but make the miracle play because this would be incredibly hype. Turns back to Famous.
Oh, the missed power cleave is done.
This could be over. He's taunted in. He's locked down. And just picks up the kill. And the Gold Fury should be free for Seal Squad, for Paterno Esports.
They're so low. I don't think they can do it.
They're already back up, too. They can't do it.
Yeah, they're so low as is. The Paternos, they just can't clean that Gold Fury. They're just too low at HP as Famous Hate's trying to lifesteal, get his purple buff. Freya comes back alive, level 12, full health. Ultimate's getting ready to come back up in about 15 to 20 seconds. I mean, the job that Paterno's doing in controlling these fights, like you said, is just amazing. They're going on the targets with beads. Now Wub is in trouble. No ultimate available for him, and they're going to go ahead and expend a little bit of money, and they're going to pick up the soul laner in return. So, I mean, again, these kills is going back and forth, but the communication on Paterno, I really like what's going on, because as soon as a character doesn't have beads, that's their target. Isis was the target in the last fight. Beads 2 down. Let's go on her, you know, and then the beads were still down on Freya. They went on her initially. Just really good usage of communication, just saying, hey, we can kill this person because we have enough control.
And I think this is really where the differences between the two teams are showing. Seal Squad and Paterno Esports are, in my opinion, very, very close mechanically. They're very close when it comes to these calls that they want to make, but the veterancy of Paterno Esports is showing through in these team fights. They know where to be in almost every single team fight. They know who to focus, and they're making the proper calls, and that's what's setting them apart in these team fights. Even though it's incredibly close, they've got just enough to push them over the edge, but not enough to push for the win. However, they are building up advantage after advantage, and now the gold lead has grown enough to where we could start seeing fights peel apart, pick point by point.
Yeah, about 2,500 gold, 4,800 experience right now is the difference. Right now, the biggest difference maker is Sneaky on this Khepri. Khepri has saved 2 people. Twice now has it been absolutely beautiful ultimates to sit there and do that, as McSherbert will use beads to get out. That's going to be beads 3, so that's 90 seconds, and they'll probably have that in their heads as they know what's going on right here. Xeno was able to stun him out, and he didn't want to get taunted, so Omain uses his taunt, but no effect as the beads were bursting. I'll always use my taunt to get beads.
Yeah, always a trade that's worth it. Taunt for beads, definitely the one thing. And there's always a joke that Athena's taunt is essentially an ultimate, and that's one of the reasons we got to be so afraid of it. Such a long lockdown and so just powerful there. As now Small's caught out. We will see him fall most likely, as he will go into the box of discretion, but not really going to be enough. Adjust will go in his ultimate to secure the kill, as now we'll see the rest of the group try to sneak up on Paterno Esports right here. Sneaky could be caught out here, but he will just simply leap away. As Famous Hate instead going to be the one that gets caught out. He'll be obliterated by Charge, as now this fight could get very dangerous for the Paterno Esports squad. Seal Squad doing plenty of work here. Xeno so low on health as Omain looks to join Adjust. Will come crashing down and finish off McSherber, but no, he's still alive, just barely, with the ult of Capri ticking on. He will make his way out of this fight as now Charge over the top finds Omain with the back end of a Fearless. Stun ball over the top finds its target, but a 2-man stun from Xeno will buy the time he needs. And Seal Squad, although they take away the win here, a 1-for-2 trade could turn sour very fast as Wubbin looking to join this party.
Khepri is the difference maker right now. Like, again, didn't even save the Hoonbots that time. Hoonbots ended up able to back right there, but the fact is that Just couldn't kill him. There was no reason to go ahead and kill Hoonbots. He just didn't have the opportunity, as Xenotronics will go ahead and take care of Sneaky right there with no Khepri ult available that time. He's not worried about him reviving himself for the next 30 seconds, as he'll take a little time out. Out on the back end, McSherbert's going ham. 3v2. They're trying to catch up to these players. There's the monkey toss. Will he go ahead and go back in and teleport? Ooh, chooses the wiser, as Famous Hate was coming back up on the back end of it.
Yeah, it's way too dangerous to go for a fight like this, especially considering how fast we've seen Paterno Esports immediately just turn on people. But the right call coming out from Seal Squad. They're going to try to bait Famous Hate into checking this Gold Fury, and iSmalls knows what's coming. He has to make this option here, as it's too dangerous to let this one go unopposed. But the slow gunball takes a while to hit, so this could go sour. And iSmalls wasted too much time not hitting his target, but will go airborne right as Adjust comes screaming down. So he's safe and sound. Adjust has to be on the run, but a Banish will connect. Right as he comes down, Charge lands with the Justice Dunk, and that'll be a kill in his favor. Fearless locking down the rest of them, and this could be the fight Seal Squad wants. Stun coming out, Noctis Fumes, but immediately beads away by Repap right here. They're grouped up though, and Famous Hate sees this.
But that's all the ults down.
Dive in the backside, but every ult in this fight is down. We're in a full-on skirmish here, and Seal Squad doesn't want to fight this one out. They're too reliant on their ultimates here. They're going to take the disengage, and so will Paterno Esports. Everybody has burnt everything at this point.
Khepri was the only one. Khepri was the only one that had ult available, and that knowledge right there is just going to stop him. What a beautiful silence by right there by Repap. to sit there and get rid of that Tiger Stun before it came out there, just to make sure it didn't take any extra damage that was unneeded. Level 17 is the Sun Wukong doing great things, and 16 is the tier. Oh, the silence into the Spirit Ball combination. Oxform's going to come out to try to knock up, get out of the way. Sun Wukong in a little bit of trouble. No ultimate up just... Oh, the ultimate is back up for Wubbin, so he will actually be fine as Thanatos has his ult up, and so does O-Main. Famous Hate, the only one without it up right now. So this Gold Fury has been... It seemed like both teams wanted the Gold Fury about 12 minutes. For the past the past 6 minutes, they can't do anything. They're like just killing each other.
Nobody can win a fight enough to do it here. These fights are always so incredibly close here. It's either one person dies, both teams have to back away here because they've expended way too many resources for it, or everybody is incredibly low after the fight. There's no realistic way that could secure it, but Paterno Esports still doing what they can. The gold differential is being lowered ever so slightly as Seal Squad finding farm around the map and finding the winning end of these kill trades.
Yeah, I mean, the graphs are just kind of going back and forth right now. I mean, right now they're still down by about 2,700, but it's slowly. I mean, if they keep on getting these types of fights, as Wubbin, it looks like is going to TP in toward this Gold Fury, and this is going to be another 5-man rotation on the left. 2 sentry wards cleared out. Taunt is going to be good right here. Sneaky going to try to see if she can save somebody. Gets the Hoonbot's ultimate, and Hoonbot's was dead from the dots, and that's going to save Sherbert right there. Thanatos is in here on the right-hand side. He landed on Recap, but I think he missed. As
they might have bought enough time. Gold Fury incredibly low. They charge on him for Paterno Esports. Will secure the Gold Fury as Charge. Didn't bring in the damage, but at what cost will happen here? Seal Squad going to commit fully to this fight as Charge are going to ring in the damage. Small, so low. Bombs coming out. He's ticking down, but his Aegis does end, and he does fall in the end. O-Main is the one to pick up that kill as Repap finds a Spirit Ball in the backside, but there's still 4 members ticking on. Charge will be the next to fall. His tankiness can't save him here, and it looks like Paterno Esports have found the way to pull themselves apart. They win the fight, and now Repap the next to fall. However, he gets a great silence, but you can't dodge bombs forever. Xenotronics picks up Repap for a double kill, a 4 for 2, and the win of this fight going over to Paterno Esports as they finally peel the game away in their favor.
Yeah, that's a big turnaround right there. They get Gold Fury, they get 4 members. That's a huge turnaround right there. I've got to say, Xenotronics, I'm normally used to seeing him play ADC, is played phenomenally on his Agni for the peels. 5-2 he sits right now, and honestly, I want to kind of take a look at the damage right now, see what he's doing. He's 4th right now at 14,000 and some change. He's sitting just below the Thanatos, but Sun Wukong, well, he has Mystical Mail. That's actually not even fair, so we're going to put him down a notch. And so does Tyr, so we're going to put him down a notch. So realistically, it's just the Thanatos and the Agni doing most of the damage.
Not just that, he's been so key with his crowd control in these fights. His Noxious Fume bomb stuns have been one of the major catalysts for setting up the picks in his team fights, or for just these group stuns that save the lives of his team members. I can't count on one hand how many times that he's done it. Like, he has saved so many lives with his bomb stuns.
Yeah, no, he's been doing a really good job about it. There's no question about that. As Thanatos sitting here in the mid lane, 2v1, kind of looking at the creeps, just kind of hanging out there. He'll try to maybe delay the wave a little bit and last hit it. Famous Hate getting the left-hand side. Mid-Harpies might see what's going on in the mid. Places a Sentry Ward. He'll go ahead and clean up the free 50 gold that he'll get off of that, which I love that change nowadays. I love the fact that you get money for clearing out a ward with the Sentry.
Oh yeah, and now you honestly can't say it's like, oh, it's just a ward, it doesn't give me stats. It's like, no, it gives you gold and it gives you vision. Be happy.
Yeah, no, I always carry a Sentry Ward on me nowadays. And just like, hey, all right, well, I think there's a ward here. I'm going to try to give me some cash. So, can't complain about it.
Warding was already important, but now players will say, hey, I get a tiny bit of gold, so it makes up for it. One of the great ways to actually get people to just go out and clear out wards. So,
well, looks like the rotation here on this side, yeah.
Mm-hmm. This could be bad, but I think Charge has smelled this one out here. A good call from this team. He's just going to back off entirely. McSherbert will spot this one out. Taunt comes close, but doesn't make it here as well. Close doesn't count, and Smite here. Stun from Capri. The root not connecting, but a great stun from Wubbin will buy a bit of time as Charge taking a lot of damage here. Gonna be pushed down to half health, so he shouldn't get disengaged a bit here. Gonna heal up off of his power cleave, but, well, the fight's starting down. A great stun from the crew of Adjust and O-Main. O-Main waiting as the Capri ultimate has ticked on. Adjust sitting in a corner and kind of body blocking, waiting for Athena to show up. O-Main will arrive, but crash onto nobody there as Xenotronics on the hunt here for players. Repap gets a great stun ball onto Adjust there to force him away. Charge over the top. top, has a fearless chance, but he can't quite find it as he's taunted in, but the power cleave will do work. Is Adjust going to fall right there? Meanwhile, Repap finds the silence. Wubbin sets skyward as the Spirit Ball lands right as the banish ends as well. That'll be a win in kills for Seal Squad as they get a full-on disengage and pick up a kill. As they
but all the beads are popped. There goes the taunt. Yeah, there's the taunt. And this is going to happen as Xenotron, on the back end, gets picked off by Repap right there. And that's a huge turnaround. That's their big burst damage right there. And Agni's going to go down. And this might be a fight they have to get looked at, but Wubbin able to take one down with the ultimate. So Kong is just trying to do what he can. 4v1, he gets 2. There's a double.
3 maybe? He's trying to look for more right there.
No, the fearless.
No, this isn't going to work as now Famous 8 has joined the party. They might save Wubbin's life though, but Famous 8 doing what he can. He finds a kill there. Wubbin's still alive, barely. One more.
Tiger stun!
A second kill. The stun connects. Now Charge so low on
Mez!
The Mez, but he's body blocking. Charge can't find his way through, and there's so many minions right now. Charge blocked off. They could actually take this. Famous 8 has so much lifesteal, but the Fearless going to lock him down. Athena's going to join the party, but it's far too late. And there we go. The Justice Dunk to buy time. Wubbin still kiting as best he can. Charge, however, uses the minion to his advantage. And after a close fight, a 4 for 4, and it looks like Seal Squad going to even this fight out. And Paterno Esports going to barely just come out even here. That's the incredible play of Famous 8 and Wubbin.
I don't even understand, I don't. My face is literally the face that's in chat right now. That's just the PogChamp. It's just like, what just happened? My jaw is dropped on that play right there by Famous 8 and Wubbin to be able to stay alive that long. Sadly, Wubbin was. Neither one of them were able to make it out because Tears is too tanky. But the fact that they were alive that long is just insane to me. And the peel was so good. I mean, it was just such a good team fight to see. I mean, only 6 kills separates these teams. Yeah, there's some gold difference. There's some XP differentials going on right now, about 5,400 to 9,000. But at the end of the day, I mean, these teams are just battling it out and they're fighting. And this is good fun Smite.
These are a pair of teams that I want to see more of. Like, I just want to see more games of these types of teams playing right here. Well, they have no fear of these fights here, and they definitely know how to play some Smite. I think we've seen that enough from the calls and mechanics that have been displayed. But unfortunately, it's just one game and one game to decide who goes to the finals here. So Seal Squad and Paterno Esports have to play it very, very careful here as we approach that 30-minute mark. 25 minutes into the game, death timer's about to get incredibly long, and well, any second now, things could turn sour for either team. And even with that gold lead, Seal Squad showing they can fight.
Yeah, definitely. Again, looks like the boys in red, Paterno, carrying some multiple sentry wards. Famous 8 just placed his counter warding again in the Gold Fury, as there were just 2 counter boards placed there as Xeno got his taken away. And so it looks like Famous will take away one of theirs as well. Omain has a sentry ward up and available, and only Charge left with that, as might not be the target they want to go on, but Charge doesn't have a lot of magical defense just yet, and he's going to have to ult out with the Lawbringer, as Agni is doing some work on tier, as he's working on this Emerald Talisman, which is going to lead to a Stone of Gaia course right here. So that's going to give him a little bit more tankiness versus the magical damage, because right now Xenotronics is lighting him up.
Yeah, but here's the thing, the Paterno Esports did exactly what they wanted to. They pulled Seal Squad away, and now they finally found a way to pull this game completely apart. Paterno Esports takes the Gold Fury. We're still going to see the fight, though, as Seal Squad converging. Ice Maul's taunted out. Fear No Evil onto Adjust there, but Adjust being zoned out of the fight. They turn immediately onto Adjust. However, he gets the ulti off just in time. They do their best to split up, but they're all grouped up as 3 here. Sneaky doing what he can. McSherber over the wall as Adjust makes his way out of the fight entirely. Wubbin incredibly low, airborne right now, and healing up as best he can as Repap makes his way into the back of the fight to silence out Xenotronics. Charge still trying to find a way through for the Fearless, but Taunt just falling short onto Repap right there. Repap gonna go into his Aegis to block the stun right there, but he's not gonna find a Spirit Ball at all. He has an Ultra from Capri on him to buy time, but everybody else so low, and Adjust will finish off McSherbert. Now Ice Maul is caught out at the end of his Valkyrie's descent, will fall in the end as Famous 8 picks up that kill. One more shot, one more kill, and a double for Famous 8, a 3 for nothing right there, and we're going to see Seal Squad on their last legs, it seems, as Paterno Esports finally found a way to crack this game wide open. They go for the Fire Giant.
Oh yeah, definitely. We were taking a little bit of a ride right there with Wubbin as he just sat there and Tiger Stun for about what seemed like 1,000,000 damage and just eliminated the target really quickly right there. And again, that teamwork coming through. Just so many beads on the side of Seal Squad. When do you see supports get beads? Kepri has to get beads. Like, that's insane. The fact that Kepri is forced to get beads is a huge thing. Justice in the air. They want this kill on Isis. Will they be able to get it? Thanatos is going to land on top of Sneaky instead, and Taunt's going to be good, and Sneaky with no beads, no ultimate up and available, goes down.
Yeah, take up the annoying target right there. No need to really worry about rushing down somebody else. And well, with Fire Giant support down and Charge still down for a few seconds, there's no real way Seal Squad can find the engage that they need or the damage and peel they need. So definitely the better target to call for, I'd say, right there. Especially considering that they can siege down these tier 2 towers and take them all out right here. But instead, everybody else now waiting on the corner. Ad just blinks in for a fight, almost finds Eye Smalls right there, but the Death Scythe not really connecting. He'll still find a silence and buy time for his team to take out this tower. So Paterno Esports just gonna siege down every little tower around the map right here until we're left with only bare phoenixes.
Yeah, I mean, every one of those phoenixes and every one of those towers is going to reduce the HP of that Titan. The more they can do that, I mean, just the easier it gets to end the game. As they're going to retreat right now, we're going to take a quick look at Golden Hand. Agni with 3,200, Sun Wukong 23, Thanatos 18. I'm guessing Famous Hate had a ton as well, as he now only has 200 Golden Hand. He finishes up Deathbringer. Well, that's going to be a huge boost when you can just walk back and get Deathbringer in the back. So the Poison Red have really turned it up as far as the damage and everything goes. And like you said, they found that fight to blow the game wide open. It was a small little fight that ended up occurring, and it was the small little things all game. Again, it's just the bandage that they weren't able to stop the bleeding was Seal Squad. Just slowly but surely, boys in Paterno Esports started making it just too hard.
I mean, it's one of the things about MOBAs in general, Smite especially, all it takes is one little moment, one messed up fight, one single messed ability right there, and, well, you've got the shell just cracked wide open, and things get a little bit too difficult to really struggle back in your favor, and well, Seal Squads are feeling the effects of this now as they sit 12,000 gold down. Just an O-Main looking to get a pick onto Charge right here, and well, they've got the damage for it. Charge going to be forced to go into his ultimate for that CC protection right there, and the Lawbringer just keeping him safe for the time being. Webbin will get stunned out by a Spirit Ball at max range, so a big chunk of damage, but he's Sun Wukong, a late game Sun Wukong at that, and he's not taking much damage, if any.
We're going to take a little ride here with Xenotronics, as he's been the man of the hour in my eyes with all his bomb stuns and CCs, so we're going to see if he can go ahead and take this tower with him, as Webbin's going to go to the mid lane, and he's going to try to push the wave up a little bit. That's what they want to do. They don't want to necessarily just tank it by themselves, and they still got Athena over here, so they got plenty of push abilities over here on this left-hand side. Spirit Ball comes out by Isis, not going to connect. Wingust is just going to be used to clear the wave, and doesn't really look like they've got too much. Xenotronics popping some fireworks, baby. Respect the Summer of Smite fireworks.
I mean, they're pretty hilarious, those fireworks. But you know what else is hilarious? Oh, Main trying to start a fight right here. But not going to find what he wants. Going to get rooted out by Capri, but he does have the charge available. Webbin doing what he can to harass the backline as in goes the ultimate from Poonbots. Fear No Evil doing work right here as the entirety of Paterno Esports so low. Ice Smalls finds the damage he needs to secure the kills. McSherber incredibly low as well. And now Ice Smalls caught out of position. Nobody left to help him. A Tiger Stun on the back of a 3-man banish will get him to safety. He's trying to make his way out, but Ad just finds the sniper shot with his Death Scythe. Now trying to find his way into the back. Will actually pick up Repap as well with a quick silence and a quick auto as well. Ad just chasing down Charge. Charge makes it to the fountain and a pull in from Sneaky onto Webbin, but not enough as the Titan is now exposed. The Phoenix down. There's only 4-2 left, and this could be bad for Seal Squad. Famous Hate dealing tons of damage to this Titan right now as Charge goes over the top, trying to pick off Adjust, doing what he can to disrupt any attempt towards this Titan. And that's exactly what they need to do. But oh, Main is incredible.
Famous Hate is just on the Titan the whole time.
They're picking it apart, and this could be the end here as Seal Squad can't defend. The Titan will fall, and Paterno Esports, after a struggle of a game, does find the fight, and they find the win at 31 minutes in. Paterno Esports move to the finals.
Absolutely wonderful game right there by Paterno Esports. I mean, that was just a really good game. That was 56 kills in a 31-minute game. I mean, that was... I mean, we're almost talking about 2 kills per minute. I mean, we were almost at a 2 kills per minute ratio when it comes down to it. We're going to take a quick look. I want to look at some of the stats just because this game was so well played. And just looking at the damage done overall, I mean, we have 23,000 by the Agni. Webbin ended up with 31k. That's Mystical Male doing half of that. That doesn't count. But at the same time, Charge also had it. He did 27. I mean, just you could see there was a little bit of that damage differential coming through from the boys in blue versus the guys in red. And Paterno just had a little bit more damage than the boys in blue. And Seal Squad not able to find it necessarily. And they'll fall. But they really put on a good show, honestly, as Paterno will go to the final. Right now, I am not sure who they're going to be facing as... Oh, no, they're going to be going against Resist Gaming, as I've just seen that they have beat Uncommon Name, so it'll be Resist versus Paterno Esports, and that's going to be here in a couple minutes. So as soon as we get that game going, we'll be live. So stick with us, and we'll be back shortly.